This is lovely. It's 24 4-ounce New York City kettle boiled bagels in this sampler. Now, we're shipping this either now, 11/11, or 12/9. It's important to know there is an auto delivery. It's 2 shipments, now or April the 25th. And when I say now, I mean either immediately, 11/11, 12/9, and then April of next year. We're super excited about having these back on the air, and 6,000 have been ordered this month already. And many of you are looking for the perfect bagel, the perfect backdrop for what you're looking to serve or eat, whether it's breakfast time or whatnot. When you receive these, they're shipped ambient, which is room temperature. You'll want to freeze them right away. You can pop them into the microwave and then slice them and then put them in the toaster. Or you can put them in the oven and warm them up that way. This is really lovely. Now, we've got lots of different choices for you. You can get 24 in everything, 24 in the, 12 in everything and 12 in cinnamon swirl, 12 in raspberry or cinnamon swirl, everything in raspberry, 12 and 12, or 24 in the plain. And I think plain is probably a misnomer. I think these are a blank canvas. They can be dressed up any way you like. M131572 is our item number. Let's welcome in Cliff Norquist, who owns the whole shooting match, who can tell you all about Just Bagels, fresh from the Bronx. How are you, Cliff?
Good. How you doing, David? How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. Nice to have you with us as we kick off our Gourmet Holiday Show on QVC2 today. This is the very best. You and I worked together the first time you were ever at QVC with your bagels. May the 5th of what year?
2019.
2019, and that was the year you were voted Best Newcomer by our Customer Choice Food Awards.
Best Newcomer, yeah.
So tell us, why are your bagels different?
Well, that's easy. It starts with the 5 steps that we do that differentiate us from, most of the competition. Some people do some of them, but nobody really does them all. It starts with that New York water from the Catskill Mountains, which is the best water in the world for pizza and pasta. And then the ingredients we use, like malt and molasses, nothing artificial, no colors, flavors, dyes, peanut-free, tree nut-free, kosher, non-GMO, no trans fats, really clean and delicious ingredients. That's the biggest step, where we age that dough for 10 to 12 hours to create that crust, chew, and shine. That's a big step, takes a lot of time. Then, of course, we boil it in the water again, because a real bagel is boiled. Otherwise, it's just bread with a hole in it. We send it for a little ride around the bakery to cool it down, because we want to pack it while it's cool. You can't pack a hot bagel. And then, as you know, David, the day that we bake it is the same day that we ship it, and everybody at home gets it 1 to 2 days later, fresh, ambient. You have to freeze it immediately, and then just follow the baking instructions.
Now, it's important to know that these are soft and pliable. I don't know if you can tear one apart, but we'd love to see you do that. And bring it up close to the camera.
Look at that. How's that? How am I doing?
Perfect.
That's that chew. A regular bread bagel would probably just break, whereas this one, as you could see, it pulls. You see the pull? That's from the aging. That's from the boiling. Otherwise, if you don't do that, it's just bread. And then when you do that, it just breaks in half like a piece of bread.
Now, if we've frozen these and we're in a hurry, can we do this in an expedited way? Can we toast them up hurriedly?
You know what? As soon as you get them, you could toast them up. I like them better out of the freezer. When I do a show, when I do samples, when I have a meeting to show samples, I bring them frozen, because that freezing really does something to the bagel. It adds that moisture back in. And then when you rebake it, you got like a bagel store, a New York bagel store bagel. So I always recommend freezing them first. Preheat your oven to 450, bake it for 5 to 8 minutes. But David, I know you're in a hurry. You want to microwave it for 15, 20, 25 seconds, toast it. You're done.
There you are. So take it from frozen, pop it in your microwave for 15 to 25 seconds, depending on the power of your microwave, and then slice it, toast it, and top it however you please. So you can have these in a hurry, or you can have them a little longer. It all depends on how much time you have. But the most important thing is get your set of bagels while we have them. And we have lots of choices, so we'll go through those on QVC.com and let everyone know what the Food of the Month offering is. Now, you can do 24 of just the plain. You can do 24 of everything, and that has all the everything seasoning on top. So good.
My favorite.
How about 12 and 12? You get everything and cinnamon swirl. Or we can do raspberry and cinnamon swirl 12 and 12. Or everything and raspberry. So 12 of the everything bagels and 12 of the raspberry. Now, it's important that those cinnamon swirl and those raspberry are not easy for you to make. Is that right?
No, these are difficult. That's why this is the food of the month. That's why I think this is one of the best offers we've ever had in terms of, the flavors and everything. And, there's a lot of them here. There's a lot going on here. But, the crumb bagels are difficult. They're topped with, we make it by hand and we top it. As if these bagels aren't already premium, we've added the crumb. So we might as well start with the raspberry crumb. It took me by surprise. This bagel is delicious, and a lot of people are emailing me about it. It's got air-dried raspberries in it. It has vanilla icing bits, okay? Vanilla icing bits. It's got some cinnamon in it, and then we top it with that crumb, and it's almost like a streusel. Just delicious, absolutely delicious cranberry bagel. Raspberry crumb. So delicious that I've gotten a lot of phone calls about it and emails. And, when can I get it? Well, when you can get it? Right now you can get it.
Right now you can get it as our food of the month.
Now.
And how long will these last in the freezer?
Well, they're good for a year in the freezer, but, that's just, they're never going to last a year. Most people are on auto delivery and they get them every 30 to 60 to 90 days. They're never going to last for a year. If these bagels last in your freezer for a year,
They won't last a year.
Very surprised if they're not gone.
It's nice to know if one falls behind the ice cream, you know that it's going to be fine. It's important to know also that this is something very special. As we are looking to bring home something really unusual for the holiday season, or maybe you've lived in New York for a long time and now you moved away, and it's hard to find a lot of people sell New York style bagels. This is a New York City bagel. This is the real deal. So if you're looking to have the real deal delivered right to your doorstep, this is the best way.
It makes the best gift. It really does. There's so many build to ship tos that I get. And I promise you guys at home, I promise everybody, if you buy this for a gift for somebody, they are going to love it. And then they're going to become a customer. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know what? We might as well get into the other crumb bagel that we have today, because this is a new one. This is a cinnamon swirl. Now, we always talk about the cinnamon raisin. It's a New York classic bagel, but not everybody loves raisins, okay? Not everybody loves raisins. So we took out the raisins. We added in the vanilla icing bits, cinnamon, touch of vanilla, and then, of course, that swirl, that crumb on top, and it's another one. It's delicious. These are like dessert bagels, but they may sound heavy, but they're not. Okay, our bagels are light. We never overwhelm with anything. We want everything to be smooth and delicious. I like that word smooth because nothing's overwhelming. Like, we'll talk about the everything bagel, but we try not to overwhelm anything where it's just absolutely deliciously savory or sweet. That's the wheelhouse that we try to get into. Delicious, light, not heavy over here. And just really tasty, very different, for bagels. Our bagels have a very unique flavor than anybody else's bagel.
Yeah, this is not a New York style bagel or something that is similar to what you've grown up with.
Made in the Bronx.
This is from the Bronx. This is the real deal. So if you're looking to have a real New York City bagel delivered right to your doorstep, this is the way to go. And there's a 5-step process that bears us out on this. And your factory is in the Bronx. Is that right?
Yep, that's it. That's where it is, in the Bronx. That water comes from the Catskill Mountains. We filter it, of course, and it's the best water in the world for making bagels and pizza and bread and pasta. And there's the malt going in. We use malt and molasses. Not easy to make bagels without artificial stuff, okay, because that's what makes it easy to make them. That's the hardest process, where we age it. It's a long, very expensive process where we age that dough. The big guys can't do it. It's just too time-consuming and expensive. Before boiling it, baking it at 500 degrees on a hearth, steel-plated oven, cooling it down, 6-packing it. And that day that bagel sits in a 6-pack, it's there for maybe an hour or two, and then it's on a UPS truck, and there we go. It's on its way. It's on its
Everybody
way.
is loving the real New York City bagel, and this is your chance to order yours, and we have so many different offerings for you. Let's go through those again on QVC.com because I think it's the best way for us to break this down. You can do 24 of the blank canvas, the plain, or 24 of Cliff's favorite, the everything bagel.
Oh, love it, love it.
You can do 12 and 12 and get 12 everything and 12 cinnamon swirl. You can get 12 of the raspberry and 12 of the cinnamon swirl. And then you can do 12 of the everything and 12 of the raspberry. All this comes together for you. Auto delivery is 2 total shipments. Your first shipment will come now 11/11 or 12/9, and your second shipment will come in April of 25. So it's a great way for you to enjoy all of these great bagels. And at this very chilly autumn time of the year, maybe making a pizza bagel would be a good thing.
Well, you know, that's the blank canvas, right? You could do anything with the blank canvas. Pizza bagel, tuna fish, hamburger. It doesn't really matter. You know, I like personally a little ham, salami, cheese on a everything bagel. You know, that's my favorite, Dave. Let me get in here, right? So it's the toppings again. It's not just, you know, anybody could put poppy, sesame, onion, garlic, salt. Anybody could do that. But it's those ratios that we came up with, perfectly balanced, where it's not overwhelmingly anything. And that's why we have the seasoning, you know, which is pretty popular on QVC.com. I love that on my eggs, by the way. I don't know if you ever tried it. It's
you can try it, and it will be great. Hey, Cliff Norquist, great to have you here with us today, and enjoy your weekend, okay, buddy?
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, pal. Still to come from Falcor Fusion, this is from the food